The Broomfield City Council adopted a sustainability update to our comprehensive plan, and included in the goals that we have is to reduce our solid waste and trash and increase recycling. Well, my family and I have recycled for over a decade, and today we're going to show you some of the items that we've generated over the last couple of days for recycling, and we're going to determine how effective is recycling. It was City Council night last night. We've got cardboard boxes from Happy Meals for my two little girls, Arizona green tea bottle, a wine bottle from the last couple of days, aluminum foil, my newspapers. And so what we're going to do is we're going to follow these items into my recycle bin and see what happens to them. Do they get recycled? Do they get, is it effective? Do they get put back to the marketplace? Let's follow our progress today. The question has come down to us, how effective is recycling, reducing our waste? We assume when the recycling moves out of our home or it gets picked up by the Western Disposal or whoever your collection is, that it will be recycled and put back in the market, and that you really aren't creating trash out of that recycling. And that's always been a question that I've had for my family. Are these items going back into the economy through newspaper or bottles or cans or cardboard? And that's why I guess I wanted to see what we would find out today.
The Altogether Recycling Facility is a single stream facility that allows our customers to mix all of their recyclables into one bin at their location, and then we have the machinery here that will sort it out into the different types of commodities, which are newspaper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum cans, tin cans. So somebody engineered these to work. They spaced them just right. You can see there's a little space in between there. There comes a piece of cardboard off. So it's sorting by size. Okay, so everything else falls through. So when that happens, they get baled into cubes and then shipped out of here on a train car or a truck. It could go to all kinds of places across the whole country. Most of the cardboard stays domestically. Most of my newspaper stays domestically. The plastics kind of go all over the country. All my tin cans, aluminum cans stay domestic, and my glass stays local. If we look down here where the cardboard came off, there's a pile of cardboard. That's clean cardboard ready to be cubed up or baled. So they're pulling out any brown contaminants because the paper mill doesn't want anything brown with the newspaper.
We have independent businesses that come in and pick up our trash. And as it stands right now, every one of those businesses offer recycling. And for example, Western Recycle is who I use, but I have to pay extra for that recycling. So you have that option to pay extra, have it picked up at your curb. But you also have a recycle center down on 120th that not only has all the recyclables that Western picks up, but it offers more recycling capabilities. So if you're in an apartment and your recycling is not accessible, or your apartment building doesn't provide recycling, just collect the items and take them down to a recycle center. It's quite an experience by itself. People are proud of the fact that they recycle, and so you get to meet a whole bunch of people that are community-minded, so I highly encourage it.
All this material you see right now, how long do you think it took us to generate this? About a day. About a day and a half, maybe a day and a half. I mean, it looks like a lot, it's not. We have a lot of kids come through here. I think last year we had between 1,500 and 2,000 kids. They probably ask some of the best questions. They always want to know the reasons behind recycling. If we don't recycle, what happens to it? And it's pretty simple. It gets buried in the earth. It goes to a landfill, which none of us want.
A month and a half ago, I volunteered to go on a field trip with my daughter's second grade class, and we went up to the Boulder County EcoCycle recycling plant in the city of Boulder. And it was an absolutely fascinating experience to me, and I learned a whole bunch of things that I didn't know before. One, paper can be recycled 6 or 12 times, which means the fact that I do get newspapers isn't as bad as I thought it was, that it will, that can be reused, and bottles can be recycled in perpetuity. But the kids were absolutely fascinated by the whole process. Kids are becoming aware of the environment and the impacts that we as human beings have on it and how we can reduce our footprints.
Recycling is so important because the biggest piece is the environmental piece. If you don't recycle, it gets thrown in a landfill. It gets buried in the earth. And we're not going to have space for future generations to keep burying things in the earth. And it's really easy to recycle. These single stream programs that are in place, like in Broomfield, they're made and designed to make it easy for people to throw everything into one container. So you get more waste diversion, less landfill. And then the environmental side of things, how many trees are saved from recycling paper? This facility saved over 700,000 trees last year. The trees saved, the energy saved, the water saved, All that is pretty huge. I love the fact that I get to come to work every day and know that the people that work here saved 200 to 300 tons of material from going to a landfill. That's a lot of material. That's 20 trucks that didn't go to a landfill. I mean, that's huge.
We're alive, say, 75, 80, 85 years. It's just a small portion of time that mankind's been here and will be here. In our generation, the baby boomers have generated a lot of products that are nice to have, but they create a lot of waste. My concern has been, what happens to that waste over time? And recycling has been our answer to it. We can live in a modern society, but it's the same economy that can also then recycle those goods, so we do reduce the impact. Because the whole word sustainability means having an environment that's sustainable for generations to come, and recycling is one of those ways to make it a sustainable economy and make our lifestyle sustainable.